This was supposed to be a regular Sasquatch recap with highlights, maybe some reminiscing, and a little social commentary for good measure. But that's not what this is. As of June 28, 2018, Adam Zach stepped down and Sasquatch is done. 2018 was the last Sasquatch. I've attended Sasquatch since 2009, and I started covering the festival for music blogs in 2010. It's 10 years of going and 9 years of photos. That's probably close to 100,000 if I'm estimating correctly. In 2009, a couple of undoubtedly intoxicated people had sex on the hillside next to the main stage during the Decemberists. I never found out what happened to those two. One time, Sasquatch organizers thought it would be a good idea to try to do 2 completely different weekends, one over 4th of July. We all remember how that worked out, right? 2 years ago, wind delayed the main stage for close to 8 hours, causing many bands to either move to a different stage, a different day, or completely cancel altogether. Frightened Rabbit was unfortunately one of those bands that had to cancel. Memories like these that I've shared through the years make up a complex web of stories that have shaped my last 10 years of attending the festival. Stories that I feel lucky to have been a part of. It was obvious this year that the festival budget was lower than prior. It was noticeable. Attendance was kind of sad, but there was one thing that stood out about 2018. It felt like the old days. The music went back to the indie rock roots of what the festival started with. While last year boasted top 40 headliners Chance the Rapper and 21 Pilots, the latter of which was met with much criticism, this year we had dad rock with David Byrne, The National, Bon Iver, and Modest Mouse. Now with a month of hindsight, I wonder if they decided on this lineup so that Sasquatch could end the same way it began, with rock and alternative at the forefront. I don't really know. The Yeti stage was killing it all weekend, with Typhoon and Algiers on the top of my list. Slow Dive was a surprise love, closing out the Bigfoot stage one night. And Perfume Genius was pure genius. Spoon. Ugh, my beloved Spoon. White Reaper solidified themselves as one of my new favorite bands, and Thunderpussy got to celebrate the release of their debut album with the most wonderful loving crowd. I could go on, but it's always proven to be the sum of the parts that makes Sasquatch so great. You could have one stellar band and the rest could be hot garbage, and the festival would still not be hot garbage. We've had hot festivals, shout out to last year's complete lack of rain or wind, but never hot garbage. That's what makes this so difficult to stomach. While I'm sure money was tight, I heard so many people, including new and young photographers, say that this was the best festival they'd ever been to. They looked forward to coming back. That's what hurts the most. While I've gotten a lifetime of stories and experiences in the last 10 years, 7 of which I've shared with you all, 2018 was some people's first Sasquatch. Some people decided not to go in favor of waiting until next year. There won't be a next year. It's weird to think that I won't live off of chips, salsa, Starburst, and cheap sandwiches in the press lounge, surrounded by my inexplicably talented friends. And it's really weird that I won't be running around from stage to stage, exhausted and disgusting, all to get the best photo. For some of us, Sasquatch has been more than just a festival. I know people that met the love of their life at Sasquatch. I found some of my favorite bands there. I taught myself how to photograph bands at the Gorge, that beautiful place in the middle of the state. I met some of my biggest inspirations at Sasquatch and made some amazing friends. Now, I consider myself a huge sap, so I will end this aptly. Sasquatch Festival, you have been a part of my life for a very long time, longer than most of my friends. We could say that we were going steady, and I thought that we were in it for the long haul. I was ready to commit, but things change. I guess it really is better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Sasquatch, we had a good run. Catch you on the flip side.